Let's go. Let's go. Let's click the live button. So here we go. I think we are live. Day One Journey, episode 957. Yeah. And today I have a question from a friend. She asked me if I use the word obviously. Well, I don't think I use the word obviously. I think most things are not that obvious. Like, similar to the phrase, it's common sense. I also don't use that a lot. Some things make sense to me. Yeah, because I have experience, because I have certain intuition, but also it's derived from my experience. So some things might seem obvious to me, but I just have some experience. I won't say it obviously. Yeah, people will say me, yeah, is it good for you? Is it bad for you? Obviously, no, it's not obvious. If I think it's something, it's, I don't know. I just talked to my friend, and she was talking to her, and her children asked her if something is healthy, so she can find herself sometimes saying, obviously. No, it's not obvious. It's not obvious. It's like, you know it for a reason, because you learned it. Like, how to wash the dishes. Obviously, you need to use water and soap. No, it's not obvious. Like, what soap? What does soap do? Yeah, like, how does it clean? Why use soap? Obviously. No, it's something that you know, something that you learned, something that you understood in the past. The fact that it's not a fact, you might feel it's obvious for you, but it's not actually obvious. There's some explanation going on there. And maybe when you explain yourself to your children and you say, yeah, obviously. It just, I think, maybe just lack of patience to actually think and understand why you're doing something in a certain way. So do I use the word obviously? Not really. It's very similar to the phrase common sense. Like, common. Why is it common? Everybody has it. Also babies? No, not babies, because they don't know a lot. So things sometimes make sense to me. So like I say, it makes sense. But it makes sense to me, Asaf Marcus, with my life experience, with my knowledge, with the things that I learned in the past 36 years. So it makes sense to me. It's not just common sense. It's not obvious. It might be obvious to me because I've done it so many times. So it's obviously it will be the same for me. It's not just. So these are my thoughts about, you know what? It reminds me of another thing. Yeah. I have a friend, I was working with him, and he has a partner in himself that this is Mr. Knows It All. I also see a connection there. Mr. Knows It All. My default is I don't know. That's why I don't think things are that obvious. Yeah, like, generic things like, yeah, all the women are this, all the men are this. You know how it's with her. She's always this or in the past, maybe 5-10 years ago, I used to speak with definitive phrases like always, never. Yeah, I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to go to the default of not knowing, and it has a lot to do with not using the word obviously or common sense as if they are, I don't know, absolute truths in life. Either way, this is what I want to share. I hope it answers my friend's question. Have a good day, day one. See you tomorrow.